Hey, my name is Alexander Gordon-Smith and I am here today to, oh, cool, I didn't know I was getting one of these. Can I, see? Oh! Sorry. Hi, I'm Alexander Gordon-Smith. For the many of you who don't know me, I am the author of a few books, including the Escape from Furnace series, and my brand new book, The Fury, which comes out this summer 2013. So yeah, I've been browsing the internet recently just to see what other authors are up to, and I noticed a lot of people have been using videos like this, video diaries, to speak to fans and speak to readers, so I thought I'd give it a go. And yes, this is my first attempt, so I apologise if I'm not very good at it. It's very weird, just sitting here, me and a camera. But yeah, so I thought I'd give it a go. I've even come up with a name for it, vlogging. I don't think anyone's used that before. Vlogging obviously stands for virtually, loads of Gordy, because this is virtual, and there is loads of me. So yeah, great to be here. We'll see where it goes. I'm not sure what I'm even supposed to talk about. Anyway, the main reason why I thought I'd give this a go is because I get messages and emails and Facebook messages, all sorts of things, letters from you guys every single day, which is amazing, and a lot of you have got questions, and I thought, well, I'll you know, much better to answer them face to face like this rather than in an email or in a message. So yeah, any questions that you do have, either email them to me or post them in the comments below for on Facebook or on YouTube, post them in the comments down there. If you're watching this on something that doesn't have comments, then I can't help you, but try and find it on Facebook or YouTube and add comments there. But yeah, just ask me anything you like. The other thing is, I thought it'd be a great place to share news with you guys. In fact, that's what I'm going to do now. So, news. Have we got any news? I think we should just call this section the news. So there's a few awesome bits of news at the moment, quite recent bits of news. The first I want to share with you is that Death Sentence is out in Brazil. So if you live in Brazil, you can read it now, and I know a few of you have because I've had a few emails and messages. Sentença de Morte. I'm pretty sure my Brazilian isn't great, but I'm going to read it to you anyway. No, I'm not actually. I'm not even going to try and pronounce that. But anyway, I'm thrilled that it's out in Brazilian, in Portuguese. Fantastic country. I'm hoping to come and visit you guys one day. Brazilian. Death Sentence. Buy it. And the other book released this month is The Storm, the sequel to The Fury, which I can't actually show you because sadly my UK publisher has decided not to publish The Storm as an actual book. If you have a Kindle or an other electronic reading device, then you can buy it. You can actually download it as the book it was meant to be. So just go to Amazon or wherever you get your ebooks from and have a look. See, you should be able to find it up there. So you can read it as a separate book if you have an e-reader. I'm really sorry to everyone who doesn't have an e-reader and who wants to read it as a separate book. Sadly, you're not going to be able to. I was really disappointed with this news, but what's going to happen instead is that my UK publisher is going to do exactly the same as my US publisher and publish both books together as one huge volume. So you will be able to read The Fury and The Storm together as one great big book. I am sorry for those of you that might have to buy The Fury twice to read The Storm. It was out of my hands. If I could have changed it, I would, but it does actually work better as a single book, and I think it makes for a better read. So I hope you guys enjoy it. Anyway, I am going to come back to The Fury. The Fury doesn't come out until July in the US, and I think August in the UK now. So I'll come back and talk about that in another vlog when I've got a bit more time and I've got a bit more to share with you. And we'll do some good competitions and things like that. In other news, there is some interesting film news about the Furnace series. Now, I don't really want to share too much with you guys at the moment because I don't want to get your hopes up. I know this is the thing I get more than any other, is you guys writing to me and saying, I want there to be a film. Believe me, I want there to be a film more than anything in the world. I think it would just be the most awesome thing ever. A Furnace film, wow, amazing. So, I can tell you that the rights have been sold to a film production company. But don't get your hopes up, because it doesn't necessarily mean there's going to be a film. These things can sometimes take a long time. and can sometimes not happen at all. All that's happened is it's been optioned. Somebody out there likes the idea, somebody wants to turn it into a film, and he's a cool guy, he's a great guy. I won't share exactly what company it is or who it is just yet. I want to wait and see what happens, but keep your fingers crossed, because it would be amazing if it happened. And the last bit of news I'm going to share with you today is that after The Fury comes out in July, August in the US and the UK. It's a standalone book, it's not a series like Furnace. So after that, I should have a new series coming out. Now again, I'm not in a position to tell you too much about it just yet, but I can share something that kind of demonstrates the flavour of it, and maybe give you a sense of what to expect in this book. Guns and monsters and explosions! So anyway, I'm hoping to have a few regular features on this vlog, and one of those is kind of related to a question I get asked a lot now. I do a lot of events in schools, a lot of events in libraries with young writers, and one of the questions I get asked more than any other is writing hard? And the answer to that is yes, it can be hard. I think anything that's worthwhile in life, anything that's worth doing, can be hard. You know, you have to put effort in if you want to get somewhere with it. You have to work hard. You have to kind of put all of yourself into it. You have to work at it every single day. You have to read, you have to write. Not that those things are a chore, but you know, you do have to put the effort in to make yourself as good at it as you can possibly get. But saying that, anyone can be a writer. Absolutely anyone on the planet can be a writer. If you want to write books, you can do it. I honestly believe that anyone can write a book, can publish a book, can be a successful best-selling author if that's what they want to be, but you do have to work at it. So yeah, writing can be hard. It's great fun, don't get me wrong. I love to write. Writing is my favourite thing to do in the whole world, and I love it. I get a huge amount of pleasure out of it. Telling stories is, you know, telling stories feels like you're actually living those stories, and it is amazingly good fun. But yeah, sometimes I do find it hard. Sometimes writing is difficult. Sometimes writing feels like the most difficult thing on the planet, because sometimes writing can feel a bit like this. Across the middle. Yeah, doesn't work. Okay, let's start this chapter. Okay, so he walks into the... Yeah, that's right. But, you know, never give up because it's tough. Never give up because it's difficult. In fact, never giving up is the most important lesson I could ever teach you guys. It's the single most important thing in anything in life. Never give up. Never stop trying. Never let people tell you that you can't do something. Never let that little voice in your head that tells you, you know, you're no good at this, you'll never be great at this, no one will ever read what you're writing. Never let that little voice put you off. The single most important thing with anything in life. And I honestly believe that humans are amazing. You guys can do anything you want to do if you put your minds to it, if you set your goals, set your dreams. Never stop trying to get there. The only guaranteed way that you will never achieve what you want to achieve is if you give up, if you stop trying. So no matter how hard writing is, keep going with it. Never give up. So that's pretty much all we've got time for, I think, in this particular vlog. But I just want to answer one particular question that I get asked an awful lot. That question is, if your name is Alexander Gordon Smith, why are you called Gordon? And I am called Gordon. All my friends call me Gordon. My family call me Gordon. You guys call me Gordon. So yeah, that's the question I wanted to answer really. Why are you called Gordon? Why are you called by your middle name? It is a really annoying thing, and my parents are to blame. I think what happened is that my parents wanted to call me Gordon Alexander Smith, but they knew that if they did that, my initials would spell gas. And then they thought, oh, we can't do that. That's just cruel, because then his nickname at school will be Gassy Gordon, and it'll lead to all sorts of trouble. So instead what they decided to do is they decided to call me Alexander Gordon Smith, but give me the name Gordon. They called me by my middle name. I've been called Gordon since I was born, which is really annoying as I do have to introduce myself like this everywhere I go. And in the end, it turned out to be totally pointless anyway, because my nickname at school was Gassy Gordon. Yeah, slightly different reasons. Oh, you couldn't resist that. So anyway, do call me Gordon. If you're writing me an email, write me a message, say hi Gordon. You know, no need to call me Alexander Gordon Smith or Mr. Smith, just call me Gordon, and now you know the reason why. Thank you so much for watching this vlog. I'm not sure how many of you will have made it to the end. It was a bit longer than I intended it to be, but thank you to everyone who watched it. Seriously, you guys are amazing. You guys are the reason I write the books. Hearing from you, emails, Facebook messages, tweets, anything you send me is that I read, letters, anything you send me I read, and I love hearing from you, and I try and write back to everything. It sometimes takes me up to 6 months sometimes to get back to you, but I will get back to you eventually, so keep writing, because yeah, seriously, you guys make this job worthwhile. If you weren't there, if you hadn't shown me so much support, I wouldn't be writing the books, so thank you, thank you, thank you. If you want to keep up with what's going on in my life and what I'm writing at the moment and what's coming out next and where there's competitions and stuff like that, then you can find me on Facebook. We'll put the address somewhere in this region here. Facebook, Twitter, although I have to say I am hardly ever on Twitter. Tumblr, but again, I'm hardly on Tumblr. What else am I on? Email, you can email me, you can write me a letter, anything you want, just stay in touch. I love to hear from you guys, and any questions, like I say, you can either ask me in a message or you can write them in the comments below, and I will do my best to answer them in the next vlog. So thank you very much for reading the books, thanks for being fans, and I will see you guys real soon. And I think that's everything. Are we done? Cool. And all in one take as well. I forgot what I was going to say. Porridge. Facebook messages, Twitter messages, or I don't know, Twessages, I don't know. Anyway, I get met, so... Just, at the moment... No, that doesn't make sense.